Alrighty, welcome to the Wartime MMA podcast. I'm your host Mike. Tony ain't here unfortunately, but it's all good. We got the man of the hour, Adrian Yañez. What Yañez or Yañez? Like I don't
Yañez.
know. I've always been fucking it up.
Yeah, no, it's a Yañez, man. I like it has the accent over the end, and I'm just like, you know what? Might as well just start throwing it in there.
Yeah, man. Like I know ever after all this time watching you fight, bro, I've been fucking up the name my whole life. And I'm a Spanish dude too. My last name is Marin. I mean
Yeah.
Marin. It goes by
Uh-huh.
Marin, but my last name everybody fucks it up by saying Myron, and Marin
Yeah.
and all this. But
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it because like for me, it just came to a point where I'm just like, yeah, like everybody just saying Giannis, Giannis, and like, it is what it is. Hey, bro, like I was never that guy that cared too much about it. And then once I had kids, I was like, oh no, I want them to know like the actual like the way that it's supposed to be said and all that stuff. So it changed once I had a kid. I was like, nah, I'm gonna be correcting people from now on. But uh it happens like I'm already so used to it by now that it's just like, it is what it is.
yeah, man. Last time we chat, it was
Mhm.
face to face chat. It was in UFC Tampa, my hometown. We had
Mhm.
the little interview too at last time. You were taking on Daniel Marcos. Me personally, I thought you had that fight won,
Mhm.
but it is what it is. Uh,
Yeah.
you can't we can't do what we can't
Go
see
back. Yeah.
judges do go, but you know what? Fuck that fight. So we're gonna talk about how have you been like personally, it has been a minute since we've seen you fight. I know you told me on I think it was either the DMs or on your Twitch stream. By the way, shout out Adrian Yanez. Shout out to his Twitch. Go check that out. Last time we talked, you said that you had like an injury and the UFC wouldn't clear you from that injury. Is it how is everything good now or is
Yeah, we're working on it. It's like it's not the UFC. It's not the UFC, but it's the doctors. It's the doctors. A lot of doctors like I kind of had like several appointments with other doctors and stuff, like trying to get cleared to fight. Cause I'm good. Like I've been training, I've been doing everything, like everything as normal, and like everything's been great. So it's just getting cleared by a doctor. That's literally the only thing. Like I even went up to the UFC PI and ran their test, so they could send over to the doctor, and that was like closer to when the injury had happened. So I was like if it wasn't for the injury, I would have fought already. But now, like with the injury, I'm kind of been like sidelined a lot, and most of it's just due to like not to my fault, not to my fault, not to the UFC's fault. It's like the doctors and like I've been good. I've been like everything's been working as normal. I've like even whenever I'm training, I'm sparring. Like I had a heavier sparring session like last week and everything was like firing off very well and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I feel balanced, everything's good. The only thing I hated was I had to give a look to somebody and I was like, I don't mind helping out, but I just don't like giving looks because I'm trying to work on certain things. But I was like, it still felt good. It still felt good, like going getting in there and sparring and moving around and all that stuff. I'm glad that I've been doing all the rehab I can and making sure that I'm still it's like still training because man, like I think I did like 7 rounds that day. I think I only had like 1 round in between, but dude, I was fucking exhausted.
I bet, man. And especially, you're a fighter, man. Like if you don't come in as an Adrian Yanez fan to not come in to watch a good scrap, I don't know what you're missing. People do miss you fight. And by the way, no glaze stuff here. I'm just being honest. Um, Plus you're in a very good division, and plus the division's starting to stack up. Title fight wise, maybe not like the most entertaining as of now because Marab is so goddamn dominant, but um we got contenders that are just coming up,
Oh
Vinicius
yeah.
Oliveira, who just fought.
Mhm.
He fought Kyler Phillips. That was in there. Peyton Talbot, who called you
Mhm.
out, is
Yeah.
back from that little mistake that he had in January.
Mhm.
And just like how does it feel that you're like you got all these great names, Sean O'Malley, Marcus McGee, and all those guys? Like,
Yeah.
how does it feel to be in those names and like that could pop and you're just like in a very stacked division and you're just dying to get back in there.
Yeah, man, bro. Honestly, it's just one of those things that like there's gonna be no easy fights whatsoever. Like not at all. The division is steadily getting stacked, and 135 especially is like getting a lot of these guys that are coming in for the contenders. Like I feel like guys like my size were like are now more dime a dozen, and there's a lot more people coming in who are like looking at this and being like, well, I don't have to just do this. I can go into MMA. I can, instead of just going into boxing, I can get into MMA. If I can not, like I like a lot of these kids are that competed in jiu-jitsu their whole life are starting to do MMA strictly just because of the fact that, like, sometimes there's like only like the top 1% of the jiu-jitsu guys are gonna be getting paid, even though jiu-jitsu at especially like now everybody's starting to make a lot more money, but at like, man, just a couple years ago, man, like people weren't getting paid much, so it's like they're all started switching, and most of these people stuck to the switch. And for me, it's just one of those things where I look at it and like start seeing these young guys coming in, and they're getting, not only are they getting like specific training, but they're also like they're not just going into like an MMA and going just doing MMA strictly. They're starting off with a base, then moving into something else like boxing, then moving into like Muay Thai, and then starting to stick it all together. And by the time they're like in their teens, it's so easy for them to transition into MMA. Like I think that's like if you're gonna build a kid up and turn him into like a UFC fighter, it's like jujitsu, boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling whenever they can, like whenever they start getting into school. If they have it at high school, definitely put them in there, and then while they're in high school, start switching them over into the MMA aspect so they can start putting everything together. And by the time they're 17, 18, they're ready to do their first amateur fight, then bro, like you got to kill it right there immediately, straight off the gate, straight out the gates. And like right now, a lot of these guys like who, like, again, guys like my size, like from literally from like 135 to 155, those guys are like the average person. And there's a lot of people who have like great physical abilities. They're just like super athletic, can learn, can do things. They can see something and do it. That's where you're gonna find those guys that be able to do stuff like that. Like in heavyweight, they're literally like once in every blue moon, but in 135 to 155, they're a dime a dozen, like, oh man, that guy can run up a wall and do a backflip. Yeah, we got more of those guys now, more than more than ever, fuck. So yeah, like it's just a testament to like where the like where the world is and how like UFC has impacted a lot of that. And now you're starting to see a lot of these like super talented guys come into the division. Like, again, like UFC just signed a guy named John Yañez. Like that guy, he's a 35er, but he's moving up to fight Austin Bashi. That fight, like, his hands are phenomenal. I've been a fan of that guy since he fought my guy Cameron Smotherman. I've been a fan. So for me, uh I'm seeing a lot of these 35ers just like every single time I see him at a Fury event or a local regional event, bro, I'm just like, man, that motherfucker's gonna be in the UFC one day. And like that, he's only like 2-0, 1-0, and all that stuff. You can tell immediately. So when you start looking, so it's like it's no surprise to me that 135 is as stacked as it is now.
Yeah, it's like it's the cream of the crop right now. Like I said, there's entertaining up and comers there. You know, Felipe Lima, who fought Peyton Talbot, he was on a come up.
Mhm.
Peyton Talbot, like we said,
Mhm.
come up, but the UFC won't give you Peyton Talbot for some odd reason.
No, it's well, that fight always comes in weird spots. That fight always comes in weird spots. Like they offered me to fight him October 5th of last year, and I told them yes. The only thing I asked is that date doesn't work for me. I said yes to that fight, but I think they were hell bent on having that fight on that certain date. It also didn't help that I was hit up like very like like maybe like a month out from that fight. And I'm just like, hey, look, man, like it's like I told you, my cutoff date was literally the middle of September. I can't do beginning of October, late September, because like again, there was like I had a baby due like literally like around the same time the fight time. So I'm like, I'm not risking this. I'm not gonna miss like I'm not missing this. It's like if you want to push it back a month later, we more than welcome to. I said yes and went radio silent. And then after that, he got booked against Barcelos. And then the fight with Marcos ended up popping up on the radar. And I was like, I'll take it. Short notice, might as well. Fuck it. I'll go. Especially at that time, I needed to get in there, because I didn't want to have another one fight, 1 year type deal going on. So, so yeah. And then I would have fought him. I would have fought him this year, except the fucking doctors. Like I literally, bro. Like I think I made a post about it. That was like I hate that these doctors are my biggest haters. Bro, like,
They're your
but
ops,
yeah,
bro. They're your ops.
yeah. So it's like that's the biggest thing, man. Like we would have fought already. Like could have fought last year whenever that first call out happened. But it is what it is. I don't know what direction things go in or what goes on, but I'm just sitting back training. Hopefully I get cleared this next appointment, and then I'm able to be like, hey, bro, let's go. Like let's get these fights going. Like because at this point I really don't even care who it is. I just want to jump in there, whether it's a 2 week notice or like I gotta wait a month, so it is what it is. I'm trying to fuck somebody up like stat and get in there immediately, bro. Because sitting on the sidelines, it's already like we're a couple days away from it being August, and I still haven't had a fight. So I'm fucking just like like I'm about to use some words that like I'm about to use some words that like I usually don't like
Hey
use them in
man, this is a
interviews and all
free
that stuff.
speech.
But
This is a
yeah,
free speech
yeah.
zone.
No, best way to explain it, bro, is like I'm sitting back just foaming at the dick, ready to fucking just beat the shit out of somebody. That's where I'm at, bro. Like I've had blue balls for these past
uh,
6 months, and fuck this injury that happened, but like that's where I'm at right now. Like I've been training, I've been trying to keep my weight as low as possible. But man, when you have nothing to look forward to, it's super fucking hard. And it's hard to stay fucking strict and like consistent, but that's been the where my head's been at. It's like, no, I have to stay consistent. I have to keep going. I have to keep myself in the positive mindset. I got to keep going, keep getting my weight down. Yes, you can have like a meal here or there too, but still, the goal. Once you get cleared, you're off to the races, bro. Like fucking fighting everybody, doing whatever the fuck we can. Because again, bro, like I can't, I can't, bro. I just can't be sitting out this long, bro. This feels so unnatural to me, man. Like I'd had my 2021 year where I had 3 fights in a year. That was really fucking cool. That was great. Um, like even the year before that, like 2020, bro, like that was like a slower year. But once I got to fight in the contenders, then got my my debut fight. Then not long, like literally like a week or two after the fight, I signed a contract to fight somebody else. I'm like, oh fuck yeah! And then right after that fight, sign another contract. Then right after that fight, sign another contract. Then deadpan. I'm like, oh shit. And then I had one fight in 2022, 2 fights in 2023. Almost had one fight in 2024 if I didn't take that short notice. So yeah, nah, fucking
I thought you had 2 fights in 2024. I thought it
yeah,
was the
yeah. It was Vinicius Salvador, and then like later on, like towards the end of the year, that I almost didn't make it to have 2 fights a year. So
oh
that's what I was
man.
saying. So yeah, like towards the end, I got that Marcos fight, but again, it was like a little bit shorter notice for me.
Yeah, man. Like I was gonna it was a good thing that you mentioned your run. Like in the UFC, you had some great runs, Obviously the infamous Tony Kelly fight was also a good one. Uh my favorite one was with your debut when you just randomly head kicked that dude. Like
Yeah,
normally when we saw you like coming up, like you just had one of the flashiest like boxing styles. And that's what like got me onto you is that your
hmm
boxing is phenomenal. And I'm known to like the boxing heavy
Yeah,
boxing
yeah, that's what you
fighters.
love.
Like,
You love hitting people. You like the way it feels on your hands. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the way I am. I think about it like hitting somebody and not getting hit, but as of late, like I kind of got away from myself, and that's the part where I'm like, ah, fuck, so but it is what it is at the end of the day, but oh my bad. It is what it is, I look back at my run and I see where I made the mistakes, where I didn't, but also like I was actually talking to a couple people even just yesterday. I was like, man, most people like what this gym has been through these past like 3 to 4 years, man, everybody would have like nobody would still be in this position. I still wouldn't be in the position I am today. Like like anybody else like would have been like out, everybody else, like even like I still was able to get a couple, like still able to get like wins and all that stuff, like because again, everything that happened with my coach, everything that happened behind the stuff that happened with my coach, like there's so much shit that had happened, like from that Randy Costa fight, like literally from that Randy Costa fight on, like my coach wasn't there because again he was in the hospital and all that stuff. So like most of that stuff, like after I was doing like for myself. The only time I didn't have a like I like legitimately got a coach was like about 4 or 5 weeks before that Tony Kelly fight, and I was like a Muay Thai coach, and literally like I'm still running most of my own shit. And then finally, we got hooked up with Eves and we started working and all that stuff. And I think I think I was better off like because I was doing more and like also like we had like so once I got coaches, I kind of was like, oh shit, like they can handle some of this stuff, But in my head, I should have fucking I got complacent being with coaches, So that's the thing that like kind of sucks, looking back. Like once you start really looking back at the like even at my UFC resume, and I start throwing all these other nuances of what was going on behind the scenes, behind all this stuff going on. Like I started seeing where I got complacent, the complacency in a lot of these areas and all that stuff. And and part of me was just like, bro, also like with all the bullshit that I had to deal with during that time, bro, like I for real had lost love for it because I was just like, bro, like I was just like I was even talking about it yesterday to a training partner of mine, like I coach him a lot too, but I'm still like I was telling him, I was like, bro, dude, I had lost my love for coaching, bro. I had a lot of ungrateful motherfuckers coming into this gym, and like kind of just using like coming in only whenever they needed to train or get their stuff going. I had a lot of bullshit, they only showed up whenever they wanted to show up, and then they were like, oh yeah, like you're not doing much for us. Like, well, motherfucker, you're not in the gym, bro. Like, I'm just
yeah,
sitting back, like, bro,
it's
like,
hard to give the love. You ain't giving the love back. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like, and honestly, like all that shit kind of really made me fucking hate it. And I was hating life, like going through this, like, and just like on Sunday, like I going to the fights, bro, I felt so fucking great going in there, knowing that I was going in there with guys who were like gonna go corner and corner these guys that like had genuine love and showed up every single time, every single training session, and gave 100%. Whether it was like even and the 100% can be like not just going balls of the wall, it's also still drilling, doing everything like with intent, with purpose, and all that stuff, and that to me like is why like I was talking to my training partner yesterday, telling him, I was like, bro, this I felt like I'm feeling back in love with this, man. Like once I was told him, I was like, man, once I retired, bro, I was gonna be done with MMA just because like, bro, like these motherfuckers like really made me lose my love for MMA. But after seeing like these young up and comers, like like there was like 18, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids, uh coming in with the hunger and all that shit. And I'm just like, bro, that gets you up, it gets like, nah, I see how much he wants it. Like, bro, fuck it, let's go. Like I'll help you get there wherever you want to get. I can help you get there. Like whatever. Like I took a couple guys up with me to Dallas to go train at Fortis, so I can be like, nah, bro, like I had this opportunity that I can go train. I'm bringing you guys with me so y'all can get some other level other level training as well too. So you're not just sitting back and like and thinking like how good am I? Like, no, we're gonna go test you out, go get you some feelers, go see and like start looking at all these guys. And then whenever they start getting told what I've been telling them and they just been brushing it off. Now they see and I'm like, ah, like I told you so, motherfucker. Yeah, no. So yeah, I got the love. I got the love for it back. Not only just like the coaching aspect, but the fighting aspect as well too, you know, and then also like having people around you that fucking actually like really care, you know, and that's like the best part, especially these past like couple months, like being around them like has been like life changing for me in a good sense, you know, because I was so negative Nancy for this for half this year, and now I'm fucking positive, you know, I'm positive Pablo right now, bro.
Yeah, man. You know, we were having our talks of you as a fighter, but we're gonna get to the coaching aspect. I asked the same question for Rafian Stotts when he was on the channel before he fought Sergio Pettis. I
Mhm.
said the gym that y'all have is like not only just family, it's also getting a little love in the Texas region and all
Mhm.
the other like MMA aspects too. You got guys coming in like Diego Lopez came in for his
Yeah.
title fight against Volkanovski. I think Matt Schnell trains there now, and a couple other big names have been coming in and into that gym to help to train out and train with you guys. How does it feel like you as an OG of that gym, and also up and comers like you said, Cameron Smotherman,
Yeah.
who I've been trying to get on the fucking channel for minutes now.
Yeah. He's very like, man, like you got to catch him on the good day, man,
Yeah,
because there's a lot of times where he's just like
yeah.
I have this conversation with him a lot, bro. He's like, hey, bro, I think you should do more. And he's like, there's some days like, you know, I should listen to you. And then there's some points where fuck it, I'm just gonna do what I do, bro. Like you know, like
Yeah.
he does do a lot as well too, man.
Yeah, I don't mean
I
no
give it,
yeah,
yeah.
it's all good.
So it's
Like I've
I
told people, like I've told this one kid that I've helped out with his interviewing, I told
Mhm.
them like if they accept, that's cool. If they don't accept, that's all good too, because that means they're either they don't really like interviews or
Mhm.
they are just they're just trying to fight. Like they're just trying to focus on
Yeah.
themselves. And I respect that 100%.
Yeah, and that's more along the lines of where Cameron's at. He like again, for me, I can make some time come out like because again, like for me, it's always like whoever gave me like some type of platform, whoever helped me out, it doesn't matter. And even now, like again, like I go back to like James Lynch and all that, bro. He's been interviewing me since my LFA days, my Fury LFA days. So I'm like, yeah, no, like, dude, anytime, it got me in good positions and like was helping me be known. So like this is why I don't like I'll always do an interview. And then especially with you, man, you've been such a big supporter that I'm gonna make my time. I'm gonna make some time for you. So that's where I'm at with it with a lot of stuff, man. Like if you do good by me, I do good by you. You know, and there's there's probably one or two people who I just won't do an interview with. And uh there's like in only like certain times where I'm just like, bro, like it is what it is. Like there was one time, like after International Fight Week, after that, like people were tagging me left and right and all this shit, and I was like, bro, like I like people were hitting me up to do interviews, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'd been interviewed by my family way more as like these past couple weeks, and I literally just want people to shut the fuck up in front of me right now.
Yeah. That's
Like
the one
yes,
thing
like
that if I was a fighter, I would hate to like get asked like this same question, like, oh, when's your next fight? When are you fighting again? Like, and you on the other hand is like who's injured right now is like, man, I've been saying this shit many times online, bro. I'm fucking injured.
yeah, nah, bro. Like that one fucks me. That one pisses me off. And
I
even
bet.
like I'll throw shade a little bit, but like even like someone like John Castaneda and all that stuff. Like he called me out, and I'm just like, bro, it's an easy talk to. You can like he would do stuff on Instagram and tag me and shit. I'm like, bro, like this internet shit, dude. I don't give a fuck about it. Like, you know, I'm just gonna keep posting my stupid things and like maybe support who I support, but like on there, like he tagged me. I'm like, bro. chill, bro. Like we have the same manager. If you really wanted this fight, then fucking go straight to Jason, and Jason would let you know. Especially at that time, I think I had just got out of surgery, and I'm just like, bro, fucking hit Jason up. He'll let you know that I can't fucking go right now, bro. Like, bro, like we have the same fucking manager. It's an easy call, bro. I remember even posting that, like reposting that story, and just and like Jason House's wife ended up like DMing and be like, doesn't he know that you're fucking injured? And I'm like, he should. Like he should fucking know. Yeah, right. Like he could hit up Jay.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm sitting back, like, bro, like it was stupid. And this is why I'm just like, fuck that guy. Like, but
You know,
even then, like, but even with stuff like that, this is why like I got some respect for Talbot because even after that fucking like I think he was doing an interview with somebody, and they're like, oh, like how come this fight hasn't happened and all that stuff, and like they like he was it sounded like he was about to be on his way to say that I turned it down, but he was like, no, he corrected himself and he was like, no, it's like, no, Adrian didn't turn it down, but this motherfucker turned it down. Like this other motherfucker turned it. I'm not gonna say names just because I don't want to be messy, but y'all can always go back to it. But yeah, nah, bro, like they know, like they know I'm like it's not like I'm not actively going out my way either to be like if like family asks me, it's like, oh, when's your next fight? How come you're not doing this? This guy's talking shit. I'm like, bro, like, yeah, hey, bro, like, there's not much I can do at this moment, you know. Like until a doctor clears me, there's no real like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like I got so like happy that I was gonna go be able to go fight that. Like I was like, yeah, go look for fights for me. Go look for fights for me. And then I get shut down by the doctor, and then I get offered a fight, and I'm just like, fuck. So I was like, yeah. So that happens. That ended up happening to me back in early June, you know. So I was like, fuck. I hated that. But yeah, no, like it's usually always the same question. Then it turns into like starts being to like redundant questions and just starts being like, whoa, like, is that like, is it like, are you scared? Do you like jump? Like, you go out there, you're scared? Like, bro, it's like, God, bro, I at some point I'm like, you know, if it's a newer person, but like I'll be all right with it. But like, bro, if you known me for a while, I'm just like, bro,
yeah.
what the
That's why
fuck, bro?
like
Like,
that's why I don't like to like message you a lot about like doing fights and stuff like what's your next fight and all that because
yeah,
it's just like I'm probably like fan number 69 that fucking asks you all this fucking questions like bro I would hate it like I said you couldn't get cleared yet and like you're probably
yeah,
getting a whole bunch of fans being like, "Why aren't you fighting again? Why aren't you fighting again?" Like
yeah.
you can't help it, bro.
I get like, bro, like it gets fucking that part right there. Honestly, does get ridiculous. I'm just like, well, because, but also like I give it grace for a lot of these people because they're not actively like being like, what is the life of Adrian Yanez? Like, what is like? They're like, what is he doing right now as we speak? A lot, like, bro, I'm telling you, a lot of these guys aren't like a lot of these people aren't doing this. Like fans are like again at the end of the day, they're fans. They're only gonna like whatever you show is what they're like giving, what they're getting. And again, I've been posting like I'll post like training videos of me like and all that stuff so that like that gives no indication that I can take a fight or can't take a fight. So it's like I get it to a certain point. Uh, but I know for me, it's just it's like it's the repetitiveness sometimes that gets annoying to me. But at the end of the day, I can't I can't continue to go back and blame these guys because again, they don't know. So it's like, you know, it is what it is, you know. So I'm on both sides of the spectrum. I am an understanding person when it comes to the everyday person who's like again just literally is only seeing me through like social media and all that stuff and like I'll give a hint or two of what's going on
Yeah.
or like the family around me, my manager and all them stuff like who know what's actually going on, you know. So yeah, like I give people grace when they deserve it, you know. And
Yeah.
there's sometimes where I'm just like, oh, you just mean a fucking dick block. Like I've been trigger happy on that fucking block button as of late, bro. That's just been getting so nice. It's like, oh shit, that guy's talking mad shit. Like I'll leave it there for a little bit, and then all of a sudden one day, bow, shot,
Yeah.
blocked.
Yeah. As I've grown up, like I won't go like, oh fuck this guy. He blocked me for no reason. Like Ian Gary randomly well, he blocked me because I tagged him in that MMA guru thing. MMA guru was talking about his wife being a wag and all that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and then yeah, I was like, oh well, the proof is in the pudding here. You
Yeah.
know, are you gonna talk about it? So he just randomly blocked me, and then I'm like, okay, he blocked me because I was being a dickhead. So I can't really like say anything bad about that. Uh, other and I don't know. It's just funny as hell. But like, I also know like don't provoke any fighters. I don't like when people just randomly message people and just start talking shit. Even though like
Yeah.
once you start seeing somebody, like once you start seeing the fighter in person, they're gonna see who you are. You're like, oh, you're this
Yeah.
troll on the fucking internet. You not wanting
Yeah.
my fucking picture. Now you want me to sign 10,000 fucking things. Fuck you.
Nah, I literally just saw one that like it I don't it popped up and it was I found it funny because he's like he said something like I think it was recently, but let me see how far back I can go real quick. Let me look, hold on, because that's I found it funny. Like he was like, "Oh, bro, I'm from Texas. You know, like I'm this old. You know, I'm this. Like I can come in. I'm a 35er." He's like, you know, if you need me at the gym or whatever, okay, like I'm more than happy to train all that stuff. And then that was in 2023.
Oh my
I get a
god.
message on Sat because again, like I'm like, there's the on for me, it's like not everybody can message me. So sometimes I had to go to request or go into the even deeper one where it's like the hidden request. You know, it's like so like I was like, you know what, let me see what people like it's here this because it's usually just like group chats of bots. But this one, I looked, I was like, oh, this is why it's over here. And I look and I open it up. I was like, oh, like open it up. I'm like, oh, first message, you a bitch. I'm like, what?
Let's
Just the next message I look up and I just see it's like, oh man, I'm this, like, yeah, bro. Like I'm like sitting back, I'm like, no, bro, it's okay, bro. You like you're I can see you're a little bit mad, bro. It's been 2 years and I didn't respond. I get it. I understand. You're upset.
just
You
being a
don't
little
like
side chick, bro. You left the
yeah, I'm
side
like
chick on
sitting back,
red,
like
bro.
it is what it is, bro. Like, I just laugh reacted at it, and I was just like, I went on with my day, but I just found that fucking hilarious. Just like, oh, I didn't answer you back, and that 2 years ago, I think, it started doing that stand shit. Started like, my tea's gone cold. I'm wondering why, bro. Like, I'm just started singing Eminem and shit, bro. Like, fuck it,
Uh,
it is what it is.
no, you're
My bad, bro. I didn't see that 2 years ago.
well, I got a couple more questions then, and then I'm gonna let you go. My first question is, like I said, you're very entertaining on the boxing aspect. How do you feel like now that style is starting to get like more known now? Now you got guys like, I mean, it's been like known,
Mhm.
like Dustin Poirier's been doing his boxing shit, all this time, and even outside the UFC, I think Clay Collard had a
Yeah.
professional boxing aspect. How does it feel that that style is doing good with like now the guys like Joshua Van, you, um,
Yeah,
Dustin
dude.
Poirier, like all of the names. There's so many good names that have really good boxing styles right now. It's
Mhm.
hard to name. But how
Oh
does it feel
yeah.
that that like is starting to get entertained now?
Oh yeah, no, especially whenever I watched JDM fight. JDM when he fought Bilal, like I was loving his hands in that aspect, and then watching how like he was using his high guard to defend takedowns and all that stuff level changing as Bilal was level changing, with the hands up, because again, a lot of guys will fake hook, fake uppercut, do all this stuff, and he was like doing that. I'm like every time I think of like wrestling shot, give a hip up, like kind of use your hands for like defensively and all that shit. That's what I'm thinking of now. Once I saw that, I was like, as simple as it was, it made me be like, I'm a fucking idiot, dude. I could have been doing this like I got to sit back and like, oh god damn. But but yeah, like watching a lot of those guys, even like someone like Josh Van, like I seen him work. Like I've been to his coach's boxing gym, like I love I got mad love for the way like they train, like Josh Van's boxing coach, over there at Ashland in Houston. I do love it. I do love it over there. I just hate that Houston's an hour away from Houston and I'd be sitting there and I'm on the outskirts of Houston and they're on the outskirts of Houston. So like on the complete opposite sides. So it's been hard to even get there. So I'm like, bro, like yeah, it's like fuck, this is one of those things where I'm gonna be driving an hour, hour and a half, depending on the traffic. You know, if it's an hour and a half, bro, I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, man. I
I
feel
guess.
that because like I don't live in the city of Tampa.
Uh-huh.
I live in like the little part.
Yeah.
But going to Tampa is still like fucking far. Like I drove like almost 30 minutes to the fighter hotel that you I don't know if it was your hotel or the fighter hotel,
Yeah,
but
it was a fighter hotel.
yeah, it was the fighter hotel. Yeah, it was like 30 minutes from me. And I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. You
Yeah.
gotta drive there, man. I don't want to like beg this man for interviews and then I just don't randomly show up.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's why
Bro,
it was a very great time that I did that shit, man. And I like I said, I appreciate you like for all this time, like giving me the love back and all that. And uh my final question for you, bro, is while we get off here is like how do um how do you feel like now that you're just being a like fan favorite and like that hasn't that was at the top 15 but like isn't like top 10 ranked but and still like love to the game, like people are already pairing you up with like a Cody Garbrandt and all these other guys that are like big names, like how does it feel?
man, it feels good, man. It feels good. Like I love that I'm getting the love back, and it's kind of like a different type of love because it's like back around that like Gustavo Lopez when after that fight, like I noticed like it was like MMA Twitter was going crazy and like they were going like again, MMA Twitter is like one of the absolute like it can either be the greatest thing for a person's career or the absolute worst. Because then you got the fucking like super diehards, and then the super worst. Like it's a crazy aspect because they ended up like pushing me up to the forefront of a lot of this shit, and that made it so much fucking cooler for me. It was like that was like organic, MMA fighters like MMA Twitter was like loving me and all that stuff, and even with that build up with Randy and all that, so like that was crazy, and that one pushed me into another stratosphere with that one. And then after that Davy Grant fight, then especially after that Tony Kelly fight, after that one skyrocketed me to do some great things outside the UFC as well too. So that was pretty fucking cool. Uh, but then after the loss, man, you kind of see like the difference of it, and now like you kind of like I'm just like now I'm coming up like getting close to it. The double digit fights in the UFC. So hopefully I get that soon. So now like it's starting to make sense to be like hey, like it's starting to be like oh cool like I'm a staple here in the UFC. That's pretty fucking cool. Most people don't get to 10 fights in the UFC. There's a lot of guys who are short stints, like only one contract guys who get a 4-fight contract at the Contender Series and then boom, they're out. Two fights they lost, they're out. And I've been able to stick in and be in here like got my contract 5 years ago, and that to me is still crazy. but but yeah, like I do love that. Like uh shoot, getting put up there with Cody Garbrandt is pretty fucking cool. That'd be a cool matchup too one
I've
day,
been telling you, bro. I've been the one that's been harassing this man to fucking fight Cody, man. Like I want to see that fight. That's like a big ass fight. Like two boxers. One was a former champion. If you get and you are like hyped up and all
that
that,
would be
that would
that
be
would be for me
fireworks.
like that would be the one I would want to come back to if there was anyone to come back to, or like it was like a great camp. Like if I was able to like let's just say if they were to do October 4th, that would be fucking fun to have Cody Garbrandt. But I don't think that would be like that wouldn't make sense, not at all for him. Like for me, it makes all the sense in the world to be like, fuck yeah, I got a former bantamweight champ in front of me. I think that'd be fucking amazing. But for someone like Cody, it doesn't make sense at all, especially like he was kind of on a good roll. He's kind of been up and down a lot. He was a little bit more like down, then he got the little bump, and it's like I think they would either want to put him in a situation where he can win, where he can get a win. So I don't think they would put him in front of me.
Well, we got to wrap this up because my broadcast doesn't have the Zoom thing. Check out Adrian's content and all that. Check out his next fight coming up, possibly in the future, hopefully in Texas. Who knows?
Oh, I'm hoping, praying.
Yeah, and maybe and check out his Twitch. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description. Maybe you might see me on there in the future. Who knows? And yeah, man. Adrian, any final messages?
No, thank you so much, man.